folks, welcome into some WNBA action on 2K Sports. And tonight it'll be the Phoenix Mercury going up against the Los Angeles Sparks. In the booth with Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're glad to have you along for the ride. And controlling the glass is how both of these teams try to control the game.
Yeah, and when you talk about controlling the game, Blake, you talk about pace and the number of possessions in the game as well. Rebounding teams.
Good shot by Stevens right there. Welcome back, bruh. It's been a brick. When I say a brick, it's been a brick. Even though she just made that. Since I've been on YouTube in the WNBA and the W, bruh, Gabby Jefferson, she has been on Twitch for, I want to say, the past month or so, month and a half. I'm talking like in-game time. It's been maybe a month, close to a month and a half since we've had a nationally televised game to put on YouTube. This whole time we've just been on the WTV on Twitch. It's been easier. I don't want to complain. It's actually been easier a little bit just because, you grab some headphones, throw it on live. It stays on the page for like a good 7 days. You don't have to watch it live. You can just catch it later on. Or you can watch it live. It's just one of those things that I mess with. I like it. But I didn't expect us to have that many games not on television. And I think it started off early that we were on television a lot more. Since it's the Sparks, Los Angeles. People love Los Angeles. But I think Candace Parker kind of got injured a little bit. And then we started losing games. Even though I was going crazy. Gabby Jefferson was going bonkers, right?
If you're just tuning in,
when Candace Parker was out and just trying to take up the slack, Charlie Collier trying to take up the slack a little bit too. But I don't know, we started losing a little bit more and we started getting less televised games. Because you can see in the beginning of the season, right? Like, as far as the games that are on YouTube, I had a lot more games on YouTube than I did on Twitch in the beginning. And then getting towards the middle of the season, it kind of just winds down a little bit more. We're getting a few more L's than we would like. Now all of a sudden, I guess maybe the fan interest is a tiny bit lower than what it needed to be. And we ended up on Twitch for, I don't know, the majority of the season. Past the beginning, Which I said I'm not complaining, but it was just a gradual thing that you could see. So it's just interesting now that we're back, but honestly, it's closer to the end of the season than it is the middle. Like, we only have, I want to say, maybe 2.5 more weeks until the end of the season. We're already on game number 32, bro. It's getting real. It's getting real, bruh. We're about to be in this playoff race. We're above 500, so I know we're going to the playoffs, but yeah, this playoff shit about to get real interesting. You feel me? The Mercury, I don't think have a 500 record. I don't think they're above 500, so interesting. Interesting to have Brittany Griner and not necessarily be as successful.
You can't question Parker's effort level on the glass.
Anyway, when it comes to Gabby Jefferson in this year, I'm not really too sure about last year. Even though last year I probably should have checked things, but I don't think they had as much last year, especially on the console that I had, because I was playing on Xbox One, so all the features don't necessarily go to the Xbox One stuff. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. It was necessarily a bad thing because the features, I didn't even get All-Star Game, stuff like that. It's only a good thing when it comes to other games like Madden. You know what I'm saying? Like, Madden, I don't care for the new Madden on the new console. It's literally a piece of garbage still. And I already have a review a Madden 24 on the new console, thinking Madden 25 or 26 would be better, but no, it's all still shit. It's all still shit.
We'll take a quick break and then get back to the action. A closely contested game here at the start of the second quarter. And what do you guys think about the Mercury here in this one?
Really putting in the work on the offensive glass.
They've set the tone here early with hustle.
And so here's Phoenix. Pass to Cunningham. Petty. Reiner with the ball. Here's Petty. Here's the three. Candace Parker with the rebound. The Sparks trailing. One of the best stories in the league, Shea Petty.
Well, she didn't make her WNBA debut until she was 30. But then Shea blew up at the 2020 Wubble in Bradenton, hitting a game-winning shot. And she has fought to keep that spot in the WNBA.
That was a beautiful bounce pass, mind you. Let me tell you how this goes, how this is supposed to go, right? I'm starting to figure out the formula of the W. Especially our games, just specifically our games, I guess. So when we go against someone, there's usually that main person, right? They're the person that they get the ball, they're the person that shoots the most, they're the person that can probably score the easiest against our guys, or our people, excuse me.
It's almost like she doesn't even
I'm gonna
notice
keep it
them
gender
sometimes.
neutral. But,
Zero effect on that hoop.
yeah, there's usually that person, and that person is methodical. So if we identify that person, it would be Brittany Griner, right? She's the unstoppable one. She's the one where we have to watch out for her at all times because she's 6'9", she gets to the paint. We have, I mean, she's bigger than just your average skinny, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's bigger than Lisa Leslie, weight-wise, you know what I mean? So we have Azura Stevens, she's 6'6", but she's like, I don't know, 160, 170. I think she's 170. So she's not very thick per se. Not enough, because you just seen what Brittany Griner did in the post just now, right? How she like just elbowed her out the way and I had to come and help her out, but then when I helped her out, they shot the three and they made it. Speaking of, what usually happens is Brittany Griner is going to be methodical. She's usually going to get her points when she needs to, and whole time you're going to think like, are they underperforming? But then when you look at the end of the game at the box score, they have what they average or more, and it's just like, damn, how the hell did they get those stats? Or they just end up getting it at the end. But usually what happens is there's an underdog person on the other team and they catch fire. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, usually there's a person. Now, in my head, I think last time maybe too, but in my head, I'm watching out for Kalia Copper.
Stevens with it. Griner's there. 6 to shoot.
That's my first option to see who's actually about to really go crazy and then who's going to back it up like Brittany Griner is.
Jefferson with the steal.
But it could be a sharpshooter that we're not paying attention to also. So it really depends on who it is. I'm just fully expecting it. That's pretty much what I'm just trying to tell you. I'm fully expecting someone named, other than Brittany Griner, like getting 25 points or some weird shit like that. Just completely going off. So everyone is game planning against. I mean, I tell y'all this all the time. but it's just for my own safety, bro. It really is. Because it's tough. It's tough when somebody, when you stop the main score and you think their team is gonna when you think their team isn't gonna figure out a way after you do this like special game plan for this, and then somebody steps up, bro. Happens every time. I don't want an overtime game. That's happened way too often. But I think it's happened so often, or I think just close games in general have. Ooh, that is a great pass. We have some great passers on this team. But I think it's happened so much in general that the points are crazy. My points specifically. I showed this on the Commissioner's Cup. Either that or the Aces game. I think it might have been the Aces game on Twitch, right? I showed the records that the Sparks have. And oh yeah, I guess that was kind of my thing I was talking about before when it comes to the consoles. When I was playing on the Fever, I don't think I had team history to figure out the records that the Fever had. Which I'm pretty sure Caitlin Clark broke all of those shits by now. But I'm just saying, like, when I was on the Fever, I didn't know because I think I was on the older console and it didn't tell me. You know, the WNBA, my WNBA wasn't as detailed as this. So I ain't know.
And how about the slam to finish it off?
But now that I'm on this, I see the amount of records that the Sparks have, and I've shattered a lot of them. This year. A lot of them got shattered, bro. Points wise. I mean, I'm getting up there rebounds wise too. Like, you feel me? I want to be in there assist wise, but I think that's going to be a little too hard. But points wise, I'm above and beyond. Like, I shattered the Sparks points record. Easy. Like, I think I'm averaging 27 a game. This shit is crazy, bro.
Conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. The Sparks on top, up 2. And we will be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first 2 quarters. And we've seen Copper really getting it done out there.
The way she attacked the rim in the first half was absolutely remarkable. The defenders need to start building walls inside, doing whatever they can to stop her from getting to the rim.
Easier said than done when she's the penetrator. Look, her speed and agility make her an extremely tough cover.
It's wild. I said it though, right? I knew that was coming.
Now to Rossi.
I already game planned for Kalia Copper to go crazy. I already game planned for Brittany Griner to be unstoppable.
That's a shot she had to take.
No question.
You know, none of this was on the computer. I specifically did everyone how they were supposed to be guarded. And they're still doing what they're supposed to do for their team, which is the wildest part. Like, they're still contributing, but at the same time, it's more limited than it could be. You know, she could have 20 right now.
Lets the three fly.
But
Jefferson pulls it in.
you know, and it's like somebody like Natasha Cloud could end up being the one
Out to the wing.
that goes crazy. So
Beyond the arc.
fully aware of that also, bro. and all of that is being accounted for.
Now
So
Cloud.
that is why the score is what it is,
Leah Copper from outside.
because
Clarendon grabs the
I
miss.
can't let it get out of hand. We have our full roster, so I expect Candace Parker to, you know, be a contributor. But it's almost the same thing as when I do the Wizards rebuild, which I'm getting further and further in the season on that one too. But Paul George, he plays when he wants. He plays when he wants to, man. We're actually getting to the middle of the season on that, so I don't know what to call it. It's not a rookie wall because I'm the rookie and I'm obviously scoring. I average the most points, so
Absolutely, it's great
obviously
to see
I'm
her
not
out
hitting
there.
the
And
rookie
the
wall.
league did an incredible job of
But,
raising awareness about Brittany's situation.
you know, they say you
Players, they deserve so much credit.
like
to
revert
get
back
her
to your
home.
younger
And
self
It's just amazing to see her
the
out there
older
on the
you
floor.
get.
Pass to Cloud.
And
Now here's to
Paul
Rossi.
George's
Reiner. She's guarded by
life
Stevens.
expectancy in the league
Three-pointer
is pretty
Natasha
much like an
Cloud.
80-year-old man
That's
in real
it,
life.
and so
you know?
Brittany Griner gets the assist.
He's getting up there, and it's, I don't want to say 80, I want to say 60.
We'll give
Let's
you
say
a
60.
three, and then we'll take
Mid-60s.
you right back.
It's turning into a three-point
But he's getting up there.
contest.
Now here's
And,
Clarendon.
you know, he's
8
going to
points
have
for
his
her.
days, all right?
to
He's
Parker.
going to have his days where
Very
he's
good
not
down
going to
low.
A
score,
nice start to the second
more
half.
than
Just one miss
12
in their
points.
first 5 attempts.
but he may be like 6'4",
The Mercury trail.
17. You'd be like, God,
Cloud
bruh,
outside.
can
Now Griner. She's guarded by
just-
Stevens.
you get a
And
little
the
bit more
Mercury
efficient or
tack on.
something? Like, but then he'll have his
Mid-range
days
game,
where
it's pretty old
he
school.
drops like
And Griner's
24,
about
28
fundamentals,
points.
which
and
means
he's the
she can
leading
hit
scorer,
those
and it's
shots.
like, oh shit,
Now here's
I didn't know you still had it in you, buddy. You know?
Taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering
But
down the two-hand slam.
that's kind of where we're at with Candace
Fantastic
Parker.
indeed.
Basically.
Really piling on
Like-
the lead with the dunk like that.
She's 37. Paul George, I think, is 35, 36 in the game.
The
So she's
Mercury
37. She's a power forward
trail.
center
Cloud outside.
type.
Now Griner. She's guarded by
You know,
Stevens.
she's had a lot of surgery, so she's somewhat lumbering. I don't think she can do the dunk anymore how she used to at
Pass to
Tennessee
Copper.
and when she was a rookie and all that, which is very underrated, by the way. Like, we did see Brittany Griner dunking, but she's
Griner's shot is
6'9".
good.
Griner hits shots from various
And I don't even think she can
spots on
dunk
the
anymore, and
floor.
she's still 6'9". But Candace Parker is 6'4", bro. And she was
Lexi Brown
She was
on the
putting it
wing.
up there for a
She's
little while.
covered by
She was
Taurasi.
actually in the dunk contest, I think, as a high school senior
Brown up top.
or
Wyatt so far
college
offensively searching for
senior or
first
something like
points
that.
of
I
the
can't
game.
remember which
3 on the
one,
clock.
but
Jefferson
she was in the dunk
outside.
contest, bro. So like,
Another
let's be real
three
for a
the
second.
Sparks.
They're relying on their three-point shooting.
this
and getting
Candace
pretty
Parker
good
that we
results.
got right now is definitely, I don't want to say
Now here's
Celtics
Taurasi.
Shaq.
Defense is right there.
it's more like
Three-pointer Natasha
Celtics
Cloud.
KG.
Rebound by the Sparks.
And they continue to control
Right.
the glass.
I think they've
Like,
been
you're-
the more physical
you're important.
team, guys, and that's
You
why
get
they're
into
ahead.
it.
Usually the more physical,
You may
more
have a more
aggressive team wins
defensive
the
game than offensive game
Now
some
here's
games.
Jefferson. They lead
a nice
by
way of
8.
putting that.
That's the biggest margin of the game.
They've been
But
very sound
You're still doing the
offensively
dirty
in the
work
second
and you're
half.
still
And
helping
there's
us out
really
and
no
you're still like
comparison
an
between
important
the
piece.
teams in terms of the way
And
they
we still need
both
you in
shot
order
the
to
ball
advance
since
to
the
where we
break.
want to
You kind
go.
of wonder what was
So,
one team talking about in the locker room and what was the other.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with her. She's pretty much Celtics KG for sure. She used to be Minnesota Timberwolves
Hartley with
KG, MVP
She's
type
got
shit.
6.
But for right now,
Pass to Collier.
back on the
Three-pointer.
Sparks since
And it's
08.
good.
Shout out to
Assist
Charlie
on the
Collier,
So tall
my
for
favorite
a point,
prospect on
allows
the
her to
team.
get a clear view of the whole courts.
Yeah,
Now here's Griner.
that's where she's at. She's
16
definitely at
points for
Celtics
her.
KG.
Allen
And that's
shot is
fine
off.
because I'm at like, third year in the league.
Jefferson offline with the 3.
I want to say I'm at.
And here the Mercury. They trail by 11. Pass to Griner. The kick out to Copper.
I think I'm at
Hartley outside.
Lakers Kobe. Yeah, I think that's where
Collier
I'm at.
outside. There's
Like,
the triple. Cans it
when I say
from
Lakers
downtown.
Kobe, I mean
That's just
the
a
newest
defensive
Lakers, like
breakdown. I mean, she
the
is not
second-
the player you want to leave open
the
from
second
the
2
perimeter.
championships. The second run, basically, when he was with Paul Gasol around our test. He was number 24.
Griner.
The 2010, 2009, 2011 Kobe.
Copper with
I
the
think
ball.
that's where I'm at.
High post shot.
Not number 8 right now. When I was on the Fever, I think I was number
Jefferson
8.
with it. Cloud picks her up.
I had no choice.
To the
You
middle.
know what I mean?
Now
I was
Collier.
definitely number 8. But
Outside.
this time,
Launches it. She's
trusting
off on
the
that
teammates a little bit more. You know,
Now here's
let
Cloud.
Charlie Collier hit the buzzer beater, even after I hit the buzzer beater, of
one.
course.
Hawkins outside.
I got Candace Parker. That's my Paul
Griner.
Gasol right there. That's another good
Pass
one.
to Allen.
Lakers Paul Gasol. That's Candace Parker. Like, you know what I mean?
Now here's Griner. Not a lot of room. And there's the foul.
I'm
It'll
definitely
go on
number
John
24
Hawkins.
Kobe right now. I can feel that.
That
I
is
can
her
feel
first
that.
foul of the game.
It's good. It's a good thing.
And it's the Mercury with the ball. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
You know, you watch her and you see her mechanics are totally out of whack right now. She's lost all feel for her shot.
Yeah, and it's not hard to tell. You know, just look at the numbers right now. Nothing is going down for her.
They've been able to depend on her offense all game, guys. She's just not wasting.
On themselves.
Not gonna lie, I get nervous sometimes at the big
I got an
names.
idea. Just keep getting her the basketball.
Brittany
Now here's
Griners,
Cloud.
stuff like that.
Here's Petty.
Leah Copper.
The Mercury with another miss.
But
She is gonna buy
as I
herself
prepare,
a ticket
and
to
I'm
the
more
bank
prepared,
if
and then I
she
see
keeps
how
shooting
prepared I
like
am
she
through
has
the
this
gameplay
quarter
that's
so far.
happening. It's like, okay, we kind of been up. We were up 10 for like 2 seconds,
And it's Phoenix with the
and
rebound.
we've just been in the game competitive for the whole entire game. You know, I think we can do this. You know, I'm like slowly convincing myself later and later in the game, like,
From
we can
beyond
do
the
this.
arc, the
It's
Mercury
possible.
with another miss.
Even though this is a below 500 team, we're still talented.
Jefferson outside.
And we're not that many games above 500 either,
Outside
so
Clarendon.
we're not like head and shoulders above every single team.
Shot clock at 6. From deep.
I mean, we were pretty competitive against the Aces. That was our last game
Terrific look.
after
Yeah,
the
but that's a
Commissioner's
bad
Cup.
job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
We were actually pretty competitive. I don't know how.
Griner.
I mean, I do know how just
Phoenix,
because
no good.
they just have more talent. They just have more talent than us. The overalls are just
Now
way
Clarendon.
better.
Jefferson
We can
outside.
try our hardest when it comes to defense, but they can figure out a way to score just
It's over
because
Allen.
they're
Yes,
better players.
indeed, it is good.
You know, Kelsey
That's her
Plum is going
eighth
crazy.
against
Chelsea Gray
14
can get
attempts.
buckets when she
She's
wants.
come out here in the second
Asia
half
Wilson
and done
is
a
Asia
great
Wilson,
job
obviously.
of finding her range.
And
Now
yeah,
here's Petty.
you know,
Pass to Allen.
Jackie
Ebert.
Young,
Cloud. Defended by Nurse.
all of them did their thing to where it was just
Soft
like,
touch off the glass.
Crazy.
we're trying our
Just
hardest,
so
we're doing our
crafty from
best,
the foul line
but
down.
we just can't,
Cloud makes up for a
we
lack
can't
of
overcome
size
their
with
talent.
savvy.
Outside.
And they had
Stevens.
Kia Stokes injured for the rest of the season, so
And here's
they had
Jefferson.
Emma Cannon starting.
Nurse.
That shit did not matter, bro.
Sparks another three.
Look, we're up by 13. This is how confident I am now. This is when I'm like, all right. It's sad, but it takes me to like the third, fourth quarter in a lot of these games to get confident enough to win a game.
Now here's
Unless
Griner.
we're like blowing
And
them out in the
she
first
can't
half,
answer
which
back the
usually
three-pointer
doesn't
offline.
happen. But
Pass to
even against
Parker.
the Sky, and they have like
Clarendon.
2-3
She's
wins.
covered by Cloud.
They have less than 10 wins at the at this point right now, and we face this. I think we lost against the Sky this
Another
season.
one falls for the
Like,
Sparks.
Well, you know, offensively, Brian, they've been
we're one
really
of those wins
special.
that they
Yeah,
have.
No matter what the defense has thrown at them,
And that's sad,
they just
bro.
kept piling up the points.
And more points.
The Sky have
Now
been
here's
doing
Petty.
so terrible that they're a lock for Caitlin Clark.
Three-pointer Natasha Cloud. Count it. Number 5 from the
This is
floor
about to
this
be the
game,
wildest
and
shit
she's hoisted up
ever, bro.
11 so far.
With that 3, her second of the half.
Like, I
equals her
could.
total from before the break.
You know what? I'm
Jefferson
gonna
outside.
just explain it
Down
right now.
low. And
Ooh,
stolen
Brittany
by Brittany
Griner is
Griner.
too tall for this shit, bro. What the fuck? What the?
Now
But
here's
anyway, I'm
Betty,
gonna just explain
defended
this
by
shit
Nurse.
because I've been thinking about it for a while, and I haven't said it out loud. Not yet, because I just wanted to
And
see
again, it's
how everything goes. But I've said this before for other iterations of the game, so
And
it's
it's
not
the
like this is a new
Sparks ball.
concept for me. This
10-point
is just
lead. Jefferson
maybe
outside.
re-explaining what I always do anyway.
Stevens.
Hit that, you got it. Ah,
The three
come
pointer
on.
off the mark.
A key rebound there.
Anyway,
Can
she
they
always
do
hits one a
little
game.
Better on the glass here down the stretch.
It's
But,
been their weakness to this point.
2K24
They're still
versus
alive.
25, right?
Now here's Cloud.
2K25, I would love
Pass to
to
Taurasi.
get
And
into
here's Griner. Parker
WNBA
Just
wise.
3 to shoot.
WNBA
Kick out to
wise.
Copper.
They have the Kalia Copper thing popping. I mean,
Parker
Kalia
with the
Copper,
ball.
I'm tripping.
He's picked up by
Angel
Griner.
Reese, Caitlin Clark thing popping, you know, all the rookies
Stevens
and
the
stuff
screen.
like that. Kia Jackson.
To the inside.
I would want to
That shot is
get into
good.
that just because they're in the game.
And made 10 from the field tonight.
But
Keep getting it to Parker.
for
It
the
can
Wizards
make things
rebuild,
easy on a coach. Has to
I
be
just
easy in
have
the
the
huddle.
draft and I just
Get it to
redraft the
Candace.
draft. So
Now
in
here's
that
Griner.
case, if I were doing that, this season right here would be
Here's Hawkins.
simulated, and I would
Laid
have
in with a
started
nice off the glass.
with the Caitlin
Coach
Clark
has always
one,
told me that
and
if
that
you
would have
battle
been
for
how I
offensive
started
rebounds, you're
a rebuild,
guaranteed a
right?
high-quality
But
shot
I don't
on
get
the
to do that
follow,
because
just like she got there.
the
Jefferson with
2K
it. She's
season
covered by
in the
Copper.
WNBA is always 1 year
Pass to
behind the
Brown.
actual
Takes the
real.
three. They get it back.
So yeah, 2K25 just came out right now, so they're current
Just like bonus points if you can get 'em.
because the WNBA playoffs are still happening.
Now
But
here's
once it's
Cloud.
over,
Out to the right wing.
the new season is going to start, and 2K26 isn't going to be out yet. But the new WNBA season's already going to be going, and the
Pass
new
to
rookies
Parker.
are already going to be in
Outside
there.
Clarendon.
So they're always a season behind.
And so she draws the rim.
And that's the message they were sending with that foul, saying
So in that
nothing
case,
easy inside with that one.
Yeah,
I'm
but they
not
gotta play a
really
little bit
too
better
much in a rush.
defense
I can
before they
just
get
look at the
inside.
ratings that they have in 2K25 and just
And
put
here's
it
Taurasi.
on the rookies in this game. Like, what? Is it really that hard, people? Like, do I really have to depend on someone else's ratings? Why can't I just look at the ratings of 2K,
Back to Brown.
give them the ratings from
Left side,
2K25
Clarendon.
and keep it pushing? I don't understand.
Jefferson outside.
Plus, I want to redraft. Like, Caitlin Clark is about to go to the Chicago Sky. This is a whole new thing, bruh. Like, this is about to be a brand new team we're about to be looking at. I have no idea who the Sparks are going to draft. I have no idea if Candace Parker is going to retire or not.
Here's Copper.
There's so many storylines. I just don't want to.
Shoots the three.
I don't want to
Clarendon
restart
grabs the
until
miss.
next year, basically. So we're about to catch up. I'm about to play this year, the year before, then the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese year, then 2K26.
West
We'll
side,
see what
Stevens.
happens.
Jefferson outside. They double over
I mean, if
Taurasi.
anything, I'll just call it a
Pass to
secret season
Clarendon.
until I get to NBA
Buries it
2K25.
from three-point range.
So the second season
I
will
think
be a
she
secret
owes
season.
the
Fuck it.
three-pointer dinner. It's been her best friend today, no question.
Well, it
That's going to do it for this one, folks.
Hope you enjoyed the game. I really didn't explain too much going on because we were up 22-11, 18-11. See what I'm saying? This is Celtics KG, Paul Gasol Lakers right there. 22-11. She won't do that every game, but she'll bust it out sometimes. 27. Copper got 16. Yeah, we expected all this. You know what I mean? I like that. Job well done. And I got Player of the Week with Breonna Stewart.